Hello and welcome to Poland Daily Travel. I'm Will Richardson. In the next few episodes, we're going to take you on a journey north from Warsaw. We'll be stopping at the legendary Battle of Grunwald battlefield. This battle signified one of the most important moments in Polish history. From there, we'll head north toward the coast to stop at a small village called Kadyń. It was there that Kaiser Wilhelm had his summer palace. Today, it's a pleasant spa hotel with stables and a ceramics factory. Not to forget, a very pleasant Polish-style restaurant. From Kadyń, we head to Gdansk, and then make a sharp right and head toward the Baltic coast and the village of Krynica Morska. From here, it's only a matter of kilometers until you reach the Russian enclave of Kaliningrad. With a pause to take in the Vistula Lagoon, we head back toward the Tri-City area. That's Gdansk, Sopot, and Gdynia. From there, we head to the HEL Peninsula. This is a truly eye-catching area. The peninsula juts out into the Gdansk Bay. The coast here is 20 miles long, with white beaches and the beautiful Baltic Sea. On the way back to Warsaw, we stop at the ancient village and now town of Chiew, which is situated on the Vistula River. There's a bike path from here that runs all the way to Romania, they say. Haven't tried it myself yet, but sounds adventurous. So there we are, a nice 3 or 4 day trip for you when you come to Poland. Poland Daily Travel, as the Beach Boys say, we get around. Thanks for watching.
Hello everybody and welcome to another edition of Poland Daily Travel. In this edition I'll be telling you a little bit about the military history of HEL, which is fascinating. That's the HEL Peninsula where we are now and the fishing town of HEL. But look behind me. This is amazing. They created this They developed this whole seaside area and created this walkway so that people could enjoy the sand dunes without destroying them. What a great idea. And it's made all the difference. This used to be a military area. It is no longer for some 10 years, I think, now. And, well, there's nothing to do but enjoy. It's a great walk, great bicycle ride. And it reminds me a bit of the Outer Banks of North Carolina or the Barrier Islands on the state of Georgia in the United States. Very similar look to it and quite beautiful on a summer's day. So if you're in Poland and the weather is good, you need to head here. It's fantastic, at least to see it for a day. Yeah? You can stay across the bay in Sopot or Gdansk or Gdynia. You can get your history and get your old architecture and come over here for some beautiful nature. Okay, let's continue. Okay, fantastic. I did not know that right as we came off the beach in the forest we would have this preserved gun emplacement, which you see behind me, as well as the military music in the background and a sort of mock-up of an encampment of the time. But this is great, of the World War II time. Okay, so what happened here in the HEL Peninsula in the beginning of World War II and the end of World War II is fascinating. So what happened? This was the last place to hold out against the Germans. It didn't surrender till the first few days of October in 1939. Remember, the Germans invaded Poland on the 1st of September in 1939. And you would think that a place like this, being so exposed, would have been easy to cut off and take. But no, that's not the case. They were able to hold out, the Polish army here, for over a month against the Germans. We can say this, the gun emplacements like this commanded the entrance from the Baltic, and they go right around the peninsula to command the bay itself. And by having gun emplacements here, you could cut off the traffic. And you've seen already the ships going by in the distance into the harbor at Gdynia, Gdansk. And you can see how guns that can fire several kilometers, or many kilometers in fact at that time, would be able to cut off the sea traffic. So very, very strategic place. And see, they buried these emplacements in the woods so they couldn't be seen by the Luftwaffe, the bombing. If they put them on the beach or on the sand dunes, they would have been easily detected by the Germans flying overhead, but they weren't. They were placed just like this in the forest. There were several big gun emplacements like this, 4 to 6, something like that. And these are large, I don't know exactly what size howitzers they are, but they're large cannons. And certainly a few kilometers away is no problem. Okay, back after the bumper, show you another view, okay? Be right back. So you see behind me another look at the gun emplacement. You go up those stairs and it's covered over with camouflage on the top, and you see you can just go in and you can almost live there, really. I'm sure that people did during times of stress. Now, what happened? The Germans came in after the Poles were defeated. The whole country, of course, was occupied. And remember that by the Treaty of Versailles, this area had been given back to Poland. So the Polish corridor, which extended up to Danzig, the Free City, and then areas around it, were controlled by Poland. Now, at the end of the war, of course, the Germans took it over during the war. This fell on the 2nd or 3rd of October in 1939 to the Germans. Now, the Germans were here the whole entire war, so now they were controlling the shipments going in and out of Gdansk. Now, what happened at the end of the war? This was the last place that the Germans surrendered in all of Poland, and maybe in all of Europe, I'm not sure. But it was the 14th of May in 1945, so that's well after Hitler had committed suicide in the bunker in Berlin, that the Germans were still here. They still had not been forced out. So the 14th of May, 1945. And no doubt they felt it was somehow their land, even though it had only been in Prussian hands it had been in Polish hands up until the late 1700s, okay? So up to the time of, just before partition, which was 1792, okay? So a mixed patrimony, and don't forget the Kashubins who we mentioned before, okay? Because they always looked at this as their area as well. So there we are. That's the short military history of World War II. And you can walk in the footsteps by coming here. By the way, there were 4 gun emplacements, and when you're here, you can read about it right on this table over here on this map. This was the one facing the Baltic Sea. The other 3 were on the side of the bay, which just shows you how important it was to get a captive audience, if you will, with your guns in order to command the harbor, actually. Because it didn't matter if boats were coming so much if they were going, passing along the Baltic. What mattered was they came into the harbor and sought refuge and the exchange of goods, or if they were military ships, safe harbor. Okay? So, thank you for watching. I'm Will Richardson. I'm here at a gun emplacement. It's preserved gun emplacement from World War II on the HEL Peninsula. Come and visit. You'll really, really like it. This is Poland Daily Travel.